So the scripture today is from Genesis 18, and again, it's about Abraham and Sarah kind of welcoming these strangers to their tent. And so much of the scripture is a movement from hostility to hospitality. You know, in both the Old Testament or Hebrew scriptures and the New Testament, the Christian scriptures, it's this movement from the forces that pull us apart to the forces that bring us together. And, if you're ever on Jeopardy and they ask you, what's the most common commandment in the scripture? A good answer is remember, because that's kind of over and over. Remember the Sabbath and keep it holy, blah, blah, blah. But the next one is welcome the stranger. It's just almost the most common commandment in the Hebrew Bible is welcome the stranger, as you were a stranger, as you were lost. So you hear that kind of impetus here in this kind of assertiveness about going after the new person. The Lord appeared to Abraham by the oaks of Mamre as Abraham sat at the entrance of his tent in the heat of the day. Abraham looked up and he saw 3 men standing near him. When Abraham saw them, he ran from the tent entrance to meet them and bowed down to the ground. Abraham said, "My Lord, if I have found favor with you, do not pass by your servant. Let a little water be brought, sir. Let a little bit water be brought, and wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree. Let me bring a little bread, that you may refresh yourselves, and after that you may pass on, since you have come to your servant." So they said, "Do as you have said." And Abraham hastened into the tent to Sarah and said, "Make ready quickly 3 measures of choice flour, and knead it, and make cakes." Abraham ran to the herd and took a calf, tender and good, and gave it to the servant, who hastened to prepare it. Then Abraham took curds and milk and the calf that he had prepared and set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree while they ate. And they said to him, "Where's your wife Sarah?" And he said, "There in the tent." Then one said, "I will surely return to you in due season, and your wife Sarah shall have a son." And Sarah was listening at the tent entrance behind him. Now Abraham and Sarah were old, advanced in age. It had ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women. So Sarah laughed to her, saying, "After I have grown old and my husband is old, shall I have pleasure?" The Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh and say, 'Shall I indeed bear a son now that I am old?' Is there anything too wonderful for the Lord? At the set time I will return to you in due season, and Sarah shall have a son." But Sarah denied, saying, "I did not laugh," for she was afraid. But God said, "Oh yes, you did laugh."